folks, we just wanted to post another video to help you work through the problems, the challenges, the discouragement, all of those things that we all face in our ministry, in our career, in our families, in our jobs, whatever it might be. But it's important for us to recognize that a lack of motivation is pretty common. If somebody said to me, "Oh, I'm never uh, unmotivated. I never get discouraged. I just keep pushing, and I always am upbeat and happy about the way things are going," I'd be very suspicious of that. And I think it's important that we recognize that we do have our ups and downs, and sometimes it's very difficult to get out of those discouragements and those times of when we're down. It seems very easy to fall off the mountaintop experiences when we're just really pumped that things are going a certain way, and we get good news and we see that we're moving forward, and then just something small happens, or we just kind of lose that uh, the emotion of whatever the victory was, whatever the answer to prayer was, or whatever it might be. Things kind of settle back, they go down, they go back to normal, and we find ourselves kind of plateauing. We're not high, we're not low, we're just in this um, on the shelf, so to speak. And that, not that that's a bad place to be, but we can slip off that shelf down into discouragement a lot easier than we can climb up the mountainside from that shelf. And we want to try to find a way to maintain that balance when um, you take advantage of the victories and kind of store up that understanding that that's there, that it's happening, because there's going to be times where we need to tap into that stored up uh, encouragement, that stored up energy that we feel when we have a victory. Because when we get down into that the valley, down into discouragement, it's easy to stay there. We need something to boost us way up, past the shelf, back up to the mountaintop. And what we're trying to do is just keep pressing ahead on that, in that balance, on that shelf between high and low, and rejoice in the highs, uh, walk through the lows quickly, adjust to them quickly, and get back on that plateau or on that shelf where we can really make progress. It's tough to make progress when we're down, all the way down in the valley or all the way up in the mountaintop. Um, but when we're on that flat plateau, that's when we're looking for to advance in our productivity and meeting our goals more and more. So today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about just the basics of, man, I'm discouraged. I've lost my motivation. What do I need to do? What can I do? I think one of the first things, one of the most practical things, is kind of return to the why. Why are you doing what you're doing? When we lose our motivation, we think, okay, why am I doing this? Um, I need to remember that the Lord has led me to this ministry, to this work. This is something I feel a calling to do. It's a strong desire of my heart, so we want to move. We want to pursue that and not let discouragement to slow us down or knock us off track. One of my biggest problems when undertaking wanting to learn new skills is, I love it when you get that introductory information and you hit the ground running, you're moving forward. But as soon as things start to get tough, you lose interest. And that's probably true with most of us. When I took music lessons, I tried to learn to play the guitar. Some of the basics were good. It was cool to have that guitar in my hand and to learn some of the notes and some of the chords and say, this is great. But part of us just wants to sit down and be able to play like a guitar master. We want to jump right to that skill level, and rather than push and pursue gaining those skills or gaining productivity in the pursuit of our goals. So whether it's the desire of our heart, it's something we feel called to do, where we have the skills, we have the talents to do this. Remember that we started this with an objective in mind, with goals in mind. And we can become so immersed in the details of the labor, the unknowns, the stress, and disappointments, we forget what we're doing, and more importantly, who we are doing it for. We get bogged down in trying to make this work, trying to make progress, trying to get ahead. And when we're hit with one challenge after another, and where our energy level drops and we don't see those wins, take some time literally writing out what is it you're trying to accomplish, whether it's this year, 5 years, 10 years. Life objectives can be overwhelming, but they're very important to be able to write them out. It forces you to make them black and white. Now, you can be very unclear. If you're like me, you scratch out a lot of notes sometimes, and you stick them in a drawer, stick them in a file. And then 6 months later, you pull them out and you read it and you think, I have no idea what I was talking about here. So when we write out our objectives, we want to do that very clearly, like you're writing them for someone else so that they can fully understand what it is you're trying to achieve. And keep that handy. Put it on your wall, put it on your desk, put it somewhere that you'll be able to see it on a regular basis. And if you feel like you're getting off track from achieving that goal, you can take a look at it again and evaluate your objectives, look at your challenges, any setbacks, and whatever it takes to get you back on track with that objective, that goal. Second thing you want to try, if you are in this ministry together or in this pursuit, if you have a partner in a business, an organization, or within a ministry, couples are generally, missionary couples will be together pursuing the same objectives. But if you and your spouse were to write out that objective, not only what you're trying to accomplish, but how you're trying to accomplish that and why you're trying to accomplish it. If both spouses write that out separately, not comparing notes, not asking questions, just get out a piece of paper and write that out, then when you're all done, then compare notes. Hopefully you'll be pretty close and not, oranges and apples, but you'll be close. But the differences between what each spouse writes could be a source of discouragement, could be a reason why you're not making the progress that you want to, because there's differences of opinion or a different approach to what you're trying to accomplish. So I think it's helpful to do that. And I invite you to email me both your goals and what you're trying to accomplish and why you're trying to accomplish those two things in particular, whatever they might be. I'd love to read them. And my email's right underneath me now, so write that down. But just email to me. We'll keep that confidential. So I'll be able to give you some feedback, or at least if you want me to, I can check up with you in a few weeks and say, hey, this was your objective. How are you doing on that? What advances have you made? What setbacks have you had? I think that's a good way for us to help stay focused. Well, that's it for today's video. It'll be the first one. We'll have the next few will be, defining your goals, creating a clear vision, producing or reassessing your plan. And I think all of those will help you stay motivated, stay on target to achieve your goals. Thanks. Have a good day.